Morning and Assalamu alaikum. This is our chapter number 15 for biology, homeostasis. Concepts in homeostasis. Each organism of a species has assumed in evolutionary history a specific set of internal environment at various levels of organization suitable to its surrounding. For example, external environment. External environment and its components fluctuate continuously. However, the organism resists and manages these changes by making adjustments to keep its own internal fluctuations within a narrow range, thus protecting internal environment from the harms of the external fluctuations. The protection of the internal environment from the harms of the fluctuations in external environment is termed as homeostasis. The homeostasis keeps the internal fluctuations in a narrow range with various control systems compared to wider external fluctuations. Most susceptible components of the internal environment that may be affected by fluctuations in external environment are water, solutes, and temperature. Also, the mechanism and organism has adapted to eliminate harmful nitrogenous wastes depending upon the availability of water. The mechanism of regulation, generally between organism and its environment, of solute and the gain and loss of water is osmoregulation. The mechanism which eliminates nitrogenous waste is referred as excretion, whereas maintenance of internal temperature within a tolerable range is designated as thermoregulation. Homeostasis is a central requirement in the maintenance of an organism which compels the adaptations in the contrast changing conditions and contribute in evolutionary process. Likewise, the control systems among intracellular and extracellular internal environment of an organism also at cell level keep fluctuating in narrow range in intracellular within cell membrane compared to in extracellular, vascular and other interstitial fluids environment. Here, in addition to solute and water, various essential metabolites, hormones, etc. are kept in a required range. Homeostasis does not mean to keep a fixed internal environment as changes maintained within a specific range are necessary for normal body functions. For example, water availability may fluctuate tremendously for the organisms in the external environment from abundant supply to almost dry conditions. However, the quantity of water in the body, for example, internal environment, may vary in response to abundant supply and dry condition but in a narrow range. The control system wouldn't not let body flooded with water in abundant supply and also not to dehydrate in dry conditions. Furthermore, adaptations to lower level of range in dry conditions to a higher level of range in abundant supply of water is good for the organism to feel normal within internal fluctuations forced by drastic external fluctuations. The control systems have been acquired for the variety of homeostatic regulations. These living control system works exactly on the mechanism of physical control systems. It has three components: receptor, control center, and an effector. In a physical control system, temperature control system is a sensor that monitors temperature changes from a set point and signals to control center to take action by switching on heater or cooling units in response to drop or rise in the temperature compared to the set point. Similarly, uh, to a living system, there is a set point in temperature regulated endothermic animals. The receptor sensor detect temperature change, example of increase and signal to control center for action of cooling systems and the vice versa. Detection of change and signaling for effector's response to control system is a feedback mechanism. In these processes, there is an inverse effector's response to the change in external environment as there is generally cooling effector's response to warmth sensing in external environment. Thus are termed as negative feedback. External environment fluctuation in wide range, fluctuations in narrow range restricted control system, controlling system lower fluctuations in internal environment.